With housing prices soaring, it can be hard for people looking to save for a home down payment. To make things worse, even high-yield savings accounts aren't yielding that much. Recently, I received a question wondering if investing for short-term goals like a home down payment is a smart way to go. Is there a recommended way to save for a home down payment through investments, given the relatively short term, 3 to 5 years, of the investment before withdrawal? Now, this is a big question and one that stirs up some old memories for me. Let me tell you about the time I invested my home down payment money and why I will never do it again. Hey everybody, this is Andy from Marriage, Kids, and Money, a channel dedicated to helping you strengthen your family tree and live financially free. If you like what you hear today, please consider giving me the YouTube triple thanks. That's hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and then commenting down below. I appreciate you considering it as I'm looking to grow my channel this year. Thanks. Okay, here's my experience with investing my home down payment money. 10 years ago, my wife and I were talking about buying a new home. She was tired of trying to make my bachelor pad into a family home and wanted some more space for our growing children. We had one baby at the time and we were already considering having another. Before we started looking for our next family home, we knew we needed to save up for the home down payment, as that's a big part of the process. At the time, I had heard it was smart to save at least 20% for the home down payment. Given my horrendous experience with my first home mortgage, I was all about a 20% down payment, or much more if we could swing it. Lucky for us, my new job was paying off big time. I went from making $70,000 in 2010 to $240,000 in 2012. My base pay didn't change much, but my commission went up immensely based on some huge sales that happened that year. We weren't used to that kind of money, so we just ended up saving a ton of it. There was a point in the year when we had a $100,000 commission check coming home, and I didn't know what to do with it. I mean, like wah wah, right? We wanted to get a house, and we wanted to do the smartest thing with it. So I asked my investment broker that I had connected with through Dave Ramsey's ELP system, endorsed local provider. Nicole didn't trust him at all. I thought he had the Dave Ramsey blessing, so I hung on every word he said. I mentioned we had a few years before we were going to buy a house, and we wanted to put this money, this $100,000 check, someplace safe. He ended up buying $100,000 worth of bond funds because they were a safer, short-term investment, he said. Here's where investing our home down payment went wrong. Number one, the initiated buy and the subsequent front-load fees took our $100,000 down to around $95,000. Number two, the bond market, or at least the funds that we invested in, went down, so our $95,000 was now starting to lose value as well. And then number three, we got nervous about this drop in value that we really didn't understand, and we pulled out our money early, and we were ready to buy a house. It was a combination of my blind faith in an investment broker and my lack of knowledge about investing and the inherent risks associated with it. We were so shaken by this experience that we ended up leaving this investment broker altogether. After financially traumatic events like this, I usually get pretty sad. And then I take action. For me, this meant understanding what went wrong and then never repeating it again. Also, it meant educating myself on investing. And now, after 10 years of managing my own portfolio and helping our family's net worth grow to over $1 million, I've learned some important lessons about investing. Number one, a 3 to 5 year investing time frame is just too short. Some folks may call not investing your home down payment money conservative, but I find it comfortable. The average bear market lasts around 9 months, but the worst one lasted 5 years. I'd hate for my home down payment money to be tied up in a down market when I'm ready to buy. Now, could I invest in bonds instead of stocks? Sure, you could, but honestly, the bond market is not looking so hot lately. There's a chance those could lose value as well, just like it did for me. Also, with such a short period of time for compound growth, the overall gains might not work in my favor. Number two, your time frame could become shorter. In our example, not only were we nervous about our portfolio losing value, but we ended up wanting our home sooner than we originally thought. So when we say we have a 3 to 5 year time frame, what happens if we find the house of our dreams in year 1? Yes, you could sell off your portfolio. Similar to our situation, you could sell it at a loss and find yourself in a state of financial depression like we did. Number 3, amplified stress in the home buying process. Buying a home in this market is already stressful enough. We've heard stories of new home buyers paying $100,000 over asking price just to get in their new home. Managing an intricate investment portfolio and managing the home buying process might be enough to make a family lose their minds. If we ever buy a home again, we'll be keeping our home down payment savings in cash. Let's talk about how to invest your home down payment money if you're not as conservative as a guy like me. You've heard my background on why I'd never do this again and my strong opinions on why I won't do it in the future, but what if I didn't make these mistakes in the past? What if I wasn't so scarred by the home buying process that I went through originally? The same scars that made me want to become mortgage free in less than 5 years. Well, let's pretend I'm more aggressive with my money and I didn't have these past financial bruises. If that were the case, I might consider something like a balanced fund, maybe 60% stocks and 40% bonds, or even something like my friend Sam Dogan suggests on his blog, a lower risk portfolio of 50% stocks, 30% bonds, and maybe 20% cash. I'm sure there are folks out there who would even invest their entire home down payment in stocks, 100%. But you know what? I'm not one of them. Who am I fooling? Why am I even talking about this? I've had some rough experiences and I understand human nature. When the market drops, we freak out, especially if we need this money sooner than later. I'm able to ignore most market drops because I know that I'm 20 years away from retirement. I know I don't have that much strength and resolve when it comes to short-term investing. So let's talk about how to save for your home down payment money. Perhaps you're feeling my neurosis and financial trauma and you're not planning on putting your money in the market during this time. But you're still thinking, hey Andy, this inflation is killing me. The housing market, it's killing me. How can I eventually get enough money to buy this home that I want? While you can't control inflation or the rising housing market, you can control yourself and your earnings. Here are 5 ideas to try. Number 1, automate your savings. Once you've determined a reasonable monthly savings goal, make it automatic. Partner up with a good online bank that offers a high yield savings account. I like Ally. We've been with them for a few years now. They're fantastic. I like their buckets feature. It makes things really easy. So set up a recurring deposit each month from your checking account to your new online savings account. This way, you're setting it and forgetting it. Before you know it, you'll have that home down payment ready. Number 2, use new money to fund your account. If you want to speed up the process even faster, take the new money that comes into your life over your savings period and save all of it. Here are some examples of this newfound money that might come into your life. Tax refunds, selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, bonuses, commission checks, overtime, inheritances. Now, some of this newfound money is rare, but if you made a conscious plan beforehand to allocate it towards your goal, it won't float away when it arrives. Number 3, transfer spending to cashback credit cards. If you're good at living within your means, I'd suggest signing up for a cashback credit card like Capital One's Quicksilver. It's my favorite card. I've had it for years. If you sign up and hit their $500 minimum spending requirement, within 3 months, you'll receive $200 cash back. Additionally, you'll get 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Nicole and I get a check from them every so often based on just our typical spending. I love getting random checks in the mail for just doing what I would do normally. I'll put their link for that bonus offer in the description so you can check it out and try it out. But hey, if you are not already living on a budget and don't have control of your spending, then I wouldn't recommend getting a credit card at all. If you are in control of your spending and you're gonna be spending the money anyway, you might as well be rewarded and help you get closer to your goals. Number 4, use visual motivation to help you hit your goal. If your home down payment savings goal lasts for years, your motivation might start to fade. That's why it's important to keep that goal front and center in your life. Print out a picture of your dream home and attach it to the fridge. That way, you're reminding yourself of your goal on a daily basis. When you're tempted to move away from your plan, that picture will keep you focused. You could also use a chart or like a goal thermometer and have fun with it. Each week or month, you can color in another level on your chart until you've reached your money goal, your financial goal. Number 5, make sure you factor in all other costs of home ownership. Your home mortgage is only one piece of the home ownership puzzle. Don't forget about these important recurring monthly costs as well. Utilities like electric, gas, water, etc. Home maintenance and repairs, lawn care. Also, you'll want to make sure you save up enough for these one-time expenses as well. Closing costs, updates to the house when you move in, furnishing the home. When we forget about these important costs, that's when the credit card debt can start to take over. It's super easy to just throw all that stuff on the credit card, but you'll be paying majorly high interest for it, and it might take a while before it's all paid off. In the end, saving for a home down payment takes time and a whole lot of patience. After being a homeowner for nearly 20 years, there's a whole lot of time and patience needed once you get the home as well. It's a lot of work. So enjoy the journey and try to appreciate where you are right now in your life. You'll be a homeowner soon, and you'll be on to the next responsibilities of life. But enough from me, everyone. I want to hear from you. Do you think you should invest your home down payment money? Are you more conservative when it comes to short-term goals or more aggressive? Please let me know in the comments below. This is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money, signing off. Carpe diem.